Joshua is in Texas. Hey, Joshua, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Oh, good afternoon, sir. How you doing today?
Better than I deserve. What's up in your world?
Well, I have sort of a conundrum. I kind of got a late start in life because I spent a lot of time taking care of sick and dying family. And now that I'm getting started, I started to hear about you. I had a boss at an old job that gave me one of your leadership books. And so I've been trying to change things up. I have about $40,000 in debt. About 37 of it is medical bills from when I broke my shoulder and stuff like that. My thing is right now I DoorDash and stuff doing about between 14 to 20K a year. But I want to get a career going, and I was going to go to school for culinary arts. It's about 46,000. My question is, should I focus on trying to pay down my debt first, or should I go to school and let that, some grants and then the student loans and stuff, and go a little bit more into debt to get that career going?
Well, I always believe in getting a career going. I never believe in going in debt to do it. There's got to be another way. I always take debt off the table, and I say, okay, well, with no debt, how can I still pull this off? And what are some other things that I can do, other ways I can get at that? So how old are you?
I am 30. I just turned 34 a couple of months ago.
Okay, cool. And you want to be a big-time chef?
Yes, sir. I've always loved cooking, learned from my grandpa and my grandma and my dad, and it's just something I want to do for my life,
I got you. Okay, that's cool.
And I will qualify for the Pell Grant. I know that, so that'll get me, between 6 and 8. For the total course, it's 46,000, so that takes me down to like 39.
Yeah. You need to study somewhere else if you can't find a way to pay for this. There's a lot of places to study culinary arts.
Yes, sir. Well, this is Art Institute. It's one of the only locations available to me here in San Antonio.
So move.
Well, see, right now, one thing that I'm liking is that I live in a house that I'm a part owner of, so there's no mortgage payment. I own my car. It's an '06. So, I've been able to keep what I have to pay out is very minimal. I pay phone and insurance. And so
your rationalization with all that's causing you to look at going $50,000 in debt while you're already $37,000 in debt to be a chef, most of which aren't going to make enough money to justify the cost that you've paid for this education.
Yes, sir.
There's not many $150,000 a year chefs. There's a few, but there's not many. And so you're spending a lot of money to cook. And there's nothing wrong with that. I've got several friends that are celebrity chefs that make serious money and that own restaurants and are big time in that world. And so I'm not saying don't live your dream. I'm saying don't live your dream in such a way that it becomes a nightmare. And so you need to think about a different way to skin this cat. Now, another possibility is find a company that is opening some restaurants that you can work for in the kitchen, and they will consider paying for some or all of your tuition for you to become one of their corporate chefs.
Okay.
That's another way to do it. But that might involve moving too. But listen, right now you're making $14K. Let's say someone gave you a job making $40K as a sous chef, where you're just chopping veggies. Okay, you're just getting everything ready for the guy to come in. You're doing all the work and getting none of the credit. That's the sous chef. Okay.
Yes,
sorry to you sous chefs, but I know you do all the work, okay? And so, you're in the kitchen doing the work. You're in the training program, but you're making $30,000 or $40,000, which is a lot more than you're making now. You can afford to pay rent in an apartment in that town to go live your dream. And, oh, by the way, they're going to pay your tuition to go to culinary arts school, maybe a different one, but that's okay. But culinary arts is all over the map, what you can pay for it. And then the results are all over the map in terms of what you end up making. It's not like getting an engineering degree. You get an engineering degree, you pretty much know what you're going to make, depending on the type of engineering you're going into, but it's a very predictable outcome as a result of getting that deal. Chefing is a little bit like acting. There's some of them that make really big money, and the rest of them are broke. And so you can make good money, and I don't want you to not live your dream. I'm not telling you to do that. But let's not go spend 46,000 because that's a guarantee you're going to make 90, because it's not. It's just not. And again, I friends all in the restaurant business, friends that are celebrity chefs, friends that do this stuff for a living, and not many of them would disagree with what I'm saying. Again, I'm not trying to be a dream killer. I don't want your dream to become a nightmare because you get halfway through this, something happens and you can't finish, and now you got $30,000 more in debt and you didn't even get the degree. And that's the way people do this stuff all the time. So this is a different way to skin the cat, and I would skin it differently.